Hey y'all. So I feel like I just need to connect with you guys because I just finished a discovery call. He actually booked because he said, he saw what I do and he's in a space of feeling stuck. He's figuring out he feels like he's living two separate worlds and he wants to have a little bit more alignment around that. And I'm so glad that he had the courage to book a discovery call, literally just to have a conversation. And here's why I'm going to encourage you to book a discovery call, because you leave with value. Like, I'm literally here to serve you. When you book a discovery call, don't think that the intention is for me to sell you a whole program. That's not the intention. The intention is to serve you. The intention is to make sure you leave with some sort of value, whether it's a new insight, whether it's some next steps. Actually, you always leave with some next steps. And whether it's just a perspective, to see what is observed, because sometimes we can't see ourselves and we need someone else with the level of insight and the level of consciousness to share what their perception is of you, just for an idea, just to know, like, okay, this is how I'm being perceived, this is the identity I'm assuming meaning like the identity I'm holding, and this is not the identity that I want to hold. So how can we do the internal work to shift that? So anyways, just did a call and it went great. And this is mostly just a call to action for anyone. It doesn't matter who you are. If you just feel stuck, you feel out of alignment with your purpose, and you feel like there's something different that you should be doing, but you just can't see it, stuck in a blind spot, book a discovery call and let me help you figure out your next steps. Let me help you to decide what your next steps are. Again, those next steps may not be coaching, but those next steps also may be coaching. And if it's coaching, it just means that you're guaranteed to win, because only people who are serious about change hire coaches. Only people who understand the value of a coach hire coaches. And the value of a coach is someone who's been where you were, someone who can see your blind spots, and someone who can evoke your inner coach. Because I'm in the business of supporting you to help you support yourself. I'm in the business of exchanging value and to get you to where you want to be, to where you need to be, and to where you're very capable of being. I'm really excited because I finally got me a crystal sound bowl. I'm really excited about it. Just showing you because I'm unboxing. The room is a mess. I have clothes and boxes and just stuff everywhere. So yeah, what you guys don't know is that I do teach yoga, or not teach yoga, but I do a bit of a healing session on the beach at Coconut Grove in Elmina, Ghana. I usually do it with different travel groups, a couple of different travel groups, but the group could be anywhere from 5 to 75 that day. But it's really cool because I get to do this healing session after they've after they've had their experience at one of the dungeons or the castles, where some of the Ghanaian people were enslaved and shipped across the ocean to the Caribbean or the Americas or wherever else in the world that they ended up. And for that, we ended up speaking for myself and my ancestry and my lineage as a Jamaican Canadian. My family is Jamaican, and there's evidence in our last names that we being parts of my family in the past has spent time on plantations, and yeah, so that's probably one of the reasons why I felt so connected to Africa, is something that just felt so distant yet so close within me. And I'm not surprised that I very much know and feel and have known and felt for years and years that part of my purpose was going back there and rediscovering myself as that in this time. So anyway, yeah, so that's what I do. And I got this heart chakra singing bowl, which I think is perfect. I do have a singing bowl. It's not a crystal singing bowl. The one that I have it's a different kind. It's a different kind. I'm trying to think about what the material is. It's some kind of metal, and it's a root chakra one. So I just thought, you know what, we can ground our root and then open up the heart. So I really wanted to get this heart chakra one. I wanted to get the whole set actually, but when you're always on the move, I don't know how I would be moving around with 7 of these, okay? Or 7 of these on a plane, and I already have to carry my yoga mat, which is heavy. So here it is. I know you guys know what it looks like. I know y'all have seen it a million times. It comes with this. And I am back in Ghana, and it's a little bittersweet. It's all good in the hood. It still feels, okay to be back. I remember the fun times that I had in this apartment, and I know it feels like I haven't been here in a long time, because I haven't. It's been over 3 months. It's been maybe 3.5 months. Yes, but we are back. Ghana has welcomed me. Akwaba. It isn't that hot because it's been raining a lot lately. I know it will definitely most likely rain today. And so I love that I can just have all the windows open and just have some fresh air blow in. And just the way my apartment is situated, a lot of really fresh air comes in, and so I don't really have to turn on the air conditioner very much, so that's good. And yeah, all I had to do was get my internet reconnected. Of course, if I show you what the kitchen looks like, it's extremely bare because of course nobody has been living in it. I mean, you guys have seen, I had to change my TV because my old TV died. So it's definitely much smaller than what it was. And my dining room is usually my sewing room. But when I got in yesterday, I was a bit scared because it smells very much like gas in here, and that shit scares me. That stuff really scares me. So you can see that the kitchen is just very, okay, let me show you. Okay, so this is my kitchen. I don't have very much in it. There's my sewing machine. Hi, baby. Yeah, this is the kitchen. Yeah, so I'm back, and my plan for today, my plan for today isn't really to do very much. Maybe put some of my things away. I do have like a small grocery haul coming, and I'll share with you what that looks like, exactly what I bought, how much it was, and yeah, as soon as Faisal or anything that I need, he's there to assist. He's definitely coming to look at that gas tank because I do not want to play with that. Let me see, he just sent a message. Okay, he says he's almost here. So I'm gonna get back to y'all once he's here. Y'all, my tank was definitely leaking. The gas tank, it was leaking. Which is scary, like very scary to me, because sometimes I'll just be in here and just be scared. Scared that the tank is gonna like completely just discombobulate or combust or whatever you want to say. So yeah, let me show you what groceries I got. And then I'm gonna tell you how much it cost. Okay, so I bought all this, which will last me a few days, to be honest, at least 3 days, because this is all I plan on eating. Obviously the eggs will last me longer, and the egg and the bread will last me 100% much longer, but this is what I bought, and the total cost was about 260 Ghana cedis. And the only reason why it was 260 Ghana cedis is because I paid Faisal. Yeah, so the only reason why it's 260 instead of like 245 is because I paid Faisal for his transportation, because I got this all delivered to me, okay? If you know me, I do a lot of delivery. And what does that equal to? So let's see. Okay, so 260 Ghana cedis for all this comes up to $22.23 Canadian. Now, if I were to tell you how much that would be in US dollars for all my US residents, it's only $16.37 for all my US residents, but I'm Canadian, so yeah, that's it. And so anyways, my gas tank was definitely leaking, as I knew. I'm so glad that I could just close this door and open up the window and allow most of the scent to leave. But that was really scary, y'all, because I'm the type of person, like, I cannot be in a place until I've smoked out the entire place. And I didn't get to do that last night because I was really afraid of there being a... So now that Faisal has come and he let me know exactly what the problem is, and I can, he just went to go and buy the thing to replace what the issue is, then I'll feel comfortable enough to actually use the stove. But yeah, for now, I'm just gonna open me a coconut and enjoy it. Idea how much I miss having access to these things when I leave and go back to Canada. I feel like I just need to spend the day hanging out and just being in this space and bringing my full mental back into like these walls, and you know, just eventually smoke out the entire place, sweep the floors. I mean, Faisal has already mopped the floors, and I can still feel a little bit of particles, but I'm gonna be right back, y'all.
Previously on Front.
Yes, y'all. That's exactly what I'm going to do today. As I said earlier, is literally just relax, and I got a nice little snack here. Of course, I'm not gonna eat all of it. It's literally just watermelon with some lime or lemon, and yeah, I'm gonna watch my show. So for the last, I guess, 3 seasons, I've been watching this show From, which is a mind bender. I guess it's the same writers or people who did Lost, and it's just mind-bending. I love sci-fi, certain sci-fi. I don't like all sci-fi. I don't like the weird-looking alien sci-fi stuff, but the sci-fi stuff that really makes you think like, okay, reality is not linear. Reality is not what you see with your eyes. I mean, it's a fraction of it, but I just like to see shows that reinforce the knowledge that I know about spirituality, about reality, and all that. Like, I love that. So From is a great show. I love to watch the show and then watch some of the breakdowns on YouTube. So yeah, if any of you guys are watching From, comment down below. Let me know, like, are you watching it? Are you interested? Like, have you been a diehard From fan since season 1? What do you think is really going on here? Like, not to spoil anything, but what do you think's really going on? Like, are they in purgatory? Like, what do you think? Because I just want to know all your thoughts about it. But that's all I'm about to do, y'all. I'm about to chill out on my couch in my living room and just continue to ground into my space. I know it sounds like such a weird, I guess, ritual to do after being away for so long, but I kind of have to ground in my space and like just ground in the safety of my space. And I started putting away some of, I started putting away some of my stuff. But yeah, I just wanna chill and ground and take in the sounds. The birds have since gone away, but you know, we're hearing the traditional Ghana music, church in the background. You know what I'm saying? Just basking in the ambience of Ghana, and from the perspective of my living room on my couch, watching a little TV. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm gonna catch you on the flip side. Great rising, great rising, great rising to you. Hope you guys are all having a beautiful, blessed day. For me, it is Tuesday morning. I've been back for a couple of days and I just haven't gotten myself in a routine yet. I mean, I should give myself a little bit of grace given the fact that I've only been back for a couple of days. I definitely like the view in my room and in the kitchen. This is the view in my room. Oh, yeah, see, it's raining. I might have to go and close that window. Anyway, this is the view from like my room. And it's literally the same thing from my kitchen. How long have I been living here now? I think for 2 years. Wait. How long? Yeah, I've been living here for 2 years now. It's so cool because I think these trees down here, it used to be flat. And I literally watched this guy plant, I'm pretty sure this is papaya trees. So I literally watched him plant these and I literally watched these things grow. I've been gone for the last 3 months, so it's been really cute coming back and just being able to see how much those trees have grown. Yeah. So yeah, this is my room. It's very plain. It's very mindful, very demure, and I'm joking. It's very plain. I don't really like too many things in my room. This is my closet. Of course, I have not put away all of my clothes yet, but I'm getting to it slowly but surely. I feel like I'm having to learn to do that more, and which is why, I don't know, I guess like I'm trying to like vlog more to get me more in that space, because yeah, people do want to hear your stories, good or bad, like whether you're perfect or imperfect. And yeah, I don't know, I feel like I'm learning it now. Maybe I was always telling stories, like when you, it's so easy when you just get to be yourself rather than having to say like, okay, no, now when you're putting yourself out there, you got to make sure you have this storytelling element and this hook element and you know, it's easier when you're like just able to show up and like, and I get why like the hook is important or why the storytelling is important, but yeah, I think it's just easy if you just be yourself and just do what you have to do, and yeah, like it'll hit. You just really, it's consistency, right? But
No, for sure, for sure.
so yeah, now I'm learning like how I'm picking myself apart, and I can like I'm you know, I Mercury in retrograde, like I can really think deep into some things, which is, you know, great, but also can be really bad because that's what causes anxiety and you know, about certain things, right? Yeah, so yeah, for me, like I don't say, I wouldn't call myself a storyteller.
Okay, well, I've been observing your stories. You know, the thing about it is, I feel like you're unconscious competent. So you're a storyteller, but you're not conscious that you are.
Yeah,
like
that's a lot.
It irritates you when people try to make it conscious for you. It's like, I just want to go, I just want to talk. And it's like, you're actually good at it if you just do that. But
right.
I feel like a little bit of knowing how it's done will definitely push you further.
Yeah.
But you're right, you're someone who can just go and flow, and you start connecting the story, start resonating with who's listening, and start compelling them to take action.
Yeah.
Right? You do this naturally. But that's all storytelling is, knowing the right words to say, how to say it, and get them to emotionally connect, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you're definitely unconsciously competent, and it's all good. But that's where we're at now. It's just telling the best stories. When I was watching Wayne tell his stories, I'm seeing how he's using current content, right, to tell stories about how we can heal ourselves, and you know, there's energy in our bodies, and we just tap into it, and then the RISE system. He's telling all these stories. People are like, you know, they're intrigued, and then he also talks about what the United States of America is doing, and how the terror is coming and the world is ending, you know, all of those narratives, which is true. A lot of that is definitely true. You know, especially when I used to listen to Dr. Phil Valentine a lot, he was definitely big on that. So I see how he tells his stories, how he weaves it in, and I can see why he pulls in a lot more masculine type of counterparts, because it's like they're more tuned into that. But then when I look at you, you were super tuned into it. So I'm like, what caught you?
I will say, like, Wayne is the one that got me investing. So like the whole gold stuff, and when you do your research and you learn, like, you know, very true, like money is not backed by gold. It hasn't been for almost 100 years, so it's gonna fall at some point, and it's feeling very shaky right now. I mean, we can all look around and see that, and I think that's one thing that resonates, is like, okay, what's important right now? What, like, if money doesn't exist, because money seems to be the number one thing in the world that brings the most stress to people, right? And so while it is not a bad thing, money's not bad, it's just a thing, I can see why, you know, there's a lot of bad that happens around this thing that we're all chasing. But my thing is like, okay, if this thing is giving me so much anxiety, how can I take it out of the equation, and what does life look like without it? And I think when you do that and you're able to disconnect yourself from it, then you start to look at it differently, like a tool, how we're supposed to look at it, and less emotionally attached to it. And so that's definitely one thing. And like, I actually do the practices. I've actually have my own experience, like, even just around, attracting certain opportunities and money. Like sometimes there are times when my bank account is looking real scarce, and I still have everything that I need, and I know money is gonna show up in 3 days or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, so I think his practices, okay, it's like when I was just speaking with one of my other elders, I even made a comment because I was like, you know what, I want to maybe make a video on this or some sort of a thing on it, because I'm trying to do like the LinkedIn thing and the, whatever.
I'm just gonna tell you, LinkedIn is the way.
Yeah.
Sure,
Yeah, exactly. But okay, so your nervous system doesn't do spoken word. So when you have traumas, I didn't say that, by the way. That's a quote from Edison Agbanji. I'm actually filming this right now for my own vlogging purposes. And it's real shit, because a lot of our traumas from childhood and all of that, I know it seems like, oh, childhood, but it doesn't have to just be childhood. It could be your early 20s or the things that you've experienced or why you've experienced them. We can talk about it and feel good about it and come to terms with it all day, but we don't understand how it's still blocking the decisions that you make, because your nervous system doesn't do spoken word. Your nervous system only does practice. It only does when you are connecting with it intentionally, and a lot of those avenues are, well, there's only 3 ways to move energy: through your breath, through sound, and through movement. So when you're doing these things intentionally, then you're like, then you're reprogramming the nervous system. And yes, I'm thinking, when we think nervous system, we always think below below the neck. We don't think all the nerves that are happening in our brain. Yeah, so it's like, it was massive for me, because and I'm glad that he even remembers this, because before I moved to Ghana, during the pandemic, like, there was someone that I was dating, and this was the first person I dated after, my previous marriage. After 2.5 years of being back and like going through the motions of that entire thing, that person that I was dating, I mean, no disrespect to the person, but it was a bit of a shit show from my perspective, because they were going through things that had accumulated prior to me, and it was showing up physically, like, during that time. I learned a lot, but obviously that person wasn't the one. They were very much a rebound, and again, no disrespect, good person. But yeah, and so it was then when and that was when I met Wayne, and that was when I started doing literally 2 things: kidney breathing and the tuning into the lungs. Was it breathing or packing? I think it's packing and tuning into the lungs, and like the lung sound, because that was all I was able to really remember. Wayne taught me all of them, but I could only remember those 2. And I was doing them, and one day I woke up like, what are you doing? Why are you here? Why is he here? Like, what? Like, I really, when they talk about, it wasn't a message, it was a consciousness. It was a different, it was, when they call them walk-in souls or walk-in spirits or whatever, like, sometimes something really big can happen, and it's almost like a spirit walked into this person's body and has taken over, and everything changes about this person. It's like, dude, you're doing things a lot differently than you were last month. Like, what happened? Because of something that just happened. Something similar to that, but it wasn't obviously a walk-in spirit. I felt like I came back into my body, and I was like, what did you do here while I was gone? Like, I was upset with myself, and I had to tell him, like, it was like very real, very strong conversation, like, let this guy go. That part, I don't know. It could have been the 2 years and the 2.5 years. It could have been, because I mean, the whole experience with who was very traumatic. Yeah.
Take you up out of here.
Yeah.
So you practicing this brought you back.
Well, exactly. Exactly. You could totally say that.
Yeah. We're not talking about in totality, but it like brought you back in a certain format, in a certain way that has been there since the trauma.
Could have been. I don't know. I didn't even ask myself how long. I just got here and was like, okay, we need to clean this shit up. And like it was like, you have to go. I think this is exactly what you need to. Like you need to be on your own. Like I could see what he needs. He needs not to be with me. I am a crutch. And then even where I was living, like I was just like, this felt like the past. I knew that I really wanted to go to Tanzania at the time. I mean, you've heard this story now. And it turned out Ghana made the most sense. And then I just pulled out my blackboard and, not my whiteboard, and started saying, okay, well, if we want to move to Ghana, what are our steps? And there were like 7 things I needed to do. And I just followed them, and it brought me right, here. And that, like, if I didn't do that, I probably would have continued feeling bad, or just all the things that we do that keep us stuck in certain situations that we know have like finished a while ago. So
I was just saying that on my meditation last night, that we prolong cycles. Like this cycle is done, we prolong it from like lack of community. And I think this is why you're saying you need to be around others and stuff like that, because when you're in hermit mode can keep you circulating around the same vibration. It's like it has shifted. But when you're in a community, but the community of people who have shifted, that's where you need to be. Not a community of people who's keeping you the same, but a community of people who are on the other level. Being around them, you'll just be different habits, different energy, and it's like they'll help you with that transformation,
Unknowingly,
I was just saying last night, so many of us fall victim to that, overextending a stay in a cycle, like.
So I mean, like those are my own experiences with the practice, like the first kind of stuff with the practice. I mean, of course, I have my own experiences with it, and the things that he talks about, I know it seems like he's focused on end of the world stuff, but if you are, let's say you're in wherever this hurricane is happening right now, do you know what I mean? Like if you're in that, you could do one of 2 things. You could freak out, mess yourself up, someone dies, you die, I don't know, like, or you can see through the matrix and see, okay, you know what, I need to go here, I'm feeling like we need to take our stuff and go here, or you know what I mean? It's not just about, it's about making clear and informed decisions.
I felt that he's into strategy, right? He's into life strategy, and he talks about investing in minerals, etc. He's into the strategy, and then he's also into like the healing, being what's the word where you're like you can help yourself.
Yes.
So I really love his direction, because we've been taught so long to rely on governments and rely on all these people. They don't have our best interest. So I definitely feel like he's one of those sovereign leaders, and he's helping people become sovereign from a different angle. It's like, here's how you can become sovereign in today's day and age.
Yes,
He
exactly
uses
that.
these tactics to help build it. But absolutely. I feel like your teachings with him and how you've been able to develop your skill set is definitely what's helping you allow and monetize retreat as well. Because even your story right now, that's a powerful testimony. How you were in some space in life, and then from doing some of these practices, you were able to like self-activate. And then start cleaning up and moving things around effectively. And some people can relate to that who are experiencing it.
Exactly.
Okay. All right, well, this meeting won't be long today. I just wanted to catch up, see that you're back in town. I also wanted to know when next you're going to be in Accra, but I know it's going to be for a couple of things. I know we said we're going to the Burry Mountains, right? To go look at, we're going to go look at the Royal Century.
So that would be like the 21st weekend.
I do have to go right now. I do have a client waiting downstairs.
No worries.
So I'll message you within a couple of days so we can see what exact date you're going to be in town and how we can make it happen.
Okay.
We're good to go check out the Royal Century.
Yeah, that sounds good. All right.
All right, Jamal.
Well,
Thank you for meeting us today. Welcome back to Gong.
Thank you. I know.
All right, I'll speak to you soon.
All right, peace.
All right, peace.
Yeah, that's King Obi, y'all. So I just actually had my meeting with King Obi, that's his brand name. And, you know, when I talk about Align and Monetize, this is who I'm partnered with to do the Align and Monetize. And yeah, like, I mean, he's like a genuine supporter also, and I really actually appreciate his camaraderie, is that how you say it? Camaraderie, his friendship. And yeah, you know, he said he was tuning into the webinar that I did with Wayne for the retreat, for the Alchemy of Inner Empowerment retreat happening December 13th. If you're interested, click the link down below. Hopefully this vlog comes out in time. If not, I might have to cut it out. But yeah, I mean, definitely appreciate, I really appreciate him. You know, he's cool to work with. I love that we're not rushing anything. We are moving through things in like a good way. And I'm also like happy at the fact that we're going to be doing the retreat in Ghana again. So this time we're going to arrange it a lot differently. And yeah, we're just working through it, but just had a quick meeting, and I want to say thank God for scheduling systems, because your girl definitely was chowing down. I mean, it's all gone, but it was 10 minutes before I had to get on into the meeting, and I was like, huh? But yeah, anyways, y'all,